All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the city of Riverview versus Kevin Swift, 241734.
Riverview, Your Honor. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you.
Fortunately, I didn't get the memo about what you're agreeing.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
I know.
There's an unwritten memo that just, you know.
I'm about as un-Irish as they get. But I'll still participate. Your Honor, James Bukowski appearing on behalf of Kevin Swift, standing to my right. Your Honor, this is time, date, set for sentencing. This man had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report. My client has had an opportunity. The only correction I would like to make is there's a listed conviction in Detroit, and that was actually the felony that was bound over from this court for a felony drunk driving. So that should not be, there was no conviction in Detroit except for in Wayne Circuit.
The one from 19, correct?
Yes.
February 19? You're saying that there's not a conviction?
Well, that was the same case that originated out of Riverview, and that was the felony conviction for Oil Third.
Right, that's what it says.
But there was one a few months before from Riverview or from this court, and one of the.
Detroit, you're saying, okay, so you're saying Detroit OWI is the same thing as a Riverview felony?
Yeah, they're the same case, Your Honor.
You didn't have a separate one in Detroit?
No, it was the one in Detroit is actually a bind over. And I don't know why it appears that way. I talked to Ms. Shaw about it on Friday, and I don't understand that, but.
Yeah, you're correct. I see. Okay, so there's really only the one.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So, Your Honor, with regard, if I may allocute briefly.
Yes.
So, I have known Kevin since he was in high school and I was in law school. He was my next door neighbor. I represented him in every case he's had. There's a recommendation that he be confined and sent to treatment. I submit to you that there's no good reason to put him in jail. And frankly, I think if you ended up at the Wayne County Jail for throwing an egg at a car, they would probably laugh and throw him out right out the back door because of the overcrowding. Mr. Swift isn't gonna like me saying this, but he's got an alcohol problem and he needs to get this addressed. I would ask that the court order some sort of treatment. And I don't know if the court was intending to take him into custody, but he has a broken hand. He goes to the doctor tomorrow. If the court plans on any form of incarceration, I would ask that you put off till he gets this medical treatment taken care of. And further, Your Honor, there's a calendar that he's in good health. My client is in the hospital approximately 3 days every month for acute chronic pancreatitis, very debilitating. He does take care of his mother, who is present in the courtroom, seated towards the rear. That's really all I have to say, Judge.
Okay. Is Frank Roller present? Okay. So, a few things. Number one, when I was reviewing the report and recommendation, I noticed that you haven't worked, sir, since end of COVID, so going on almost 5 years. I mean, I guess I don't know when the end of COVID really is, but so somewhere between 4 and 5 years.
Correct.
Okay. Why haven't you been working?
My dad was sick. He ended up passing away, and I had quit working to take care of him or help him take care of the house until he got very ill. And then I did have a couple small jobs. I was also helping neighbors, like cutting grass and stuff like that. And then my mom her health is kind of dwindled. So now I'm staying home taking care of her. But I have had a few side jobs and stuff since, just nothing that's been permanent for a long period of time.
And where did you work before you left work?
I worked for a construction company.
Your pancreatitis, sir. You're in the hospital 3 times a week or 3 times a month for that?
I usually do like 3 day stays, like once a month or something like that,
Why is that?
because it flares up and I don't know if you know what it feels like, but it's not fun.
No, I understand that, sir, but it's also controllable by you.
Correct.
And you don't do what you need to do to control it so that you're out of the hospital.
I try.
How'd you break your hand?
I smashed it moving stuff around in my house. It just, the way I hit it or something. It was a very small break.
Is that a cast?
Yeah, it's a half cast. I can't.
And when did you break it?
Like 2 months ago?
2 months ago.
Yeah, it's been about 10 weeks.
What part of your hand did you break?
It was right here.
Okay. And so is it healed?
I don't know, I'm going to check tomorrow. Tomorrow I have an appointment, supposed to do x-rays to make sure it healed.
So have all the x-rays up until now shown that it's been healing?
Yeah, it's making progress, yes.
Okay. So, sir, why'd you egg your neighbor's truck?
I don't recall the incident.
Were you that intoxicated?
I don't remember. I don't recall.
Yeah, there's one other thing that just came to mind that I don't know if this will help you in your sentencing. When he served a significant amount of jail time at the Wayne County Jail for his OUI 3rd. He was released on probation, then COVID hit. I don't believe he completed any of what would have been normally ordered in a probation setting for that because of COVID. I think he was released without, completing any of those things back in those crazy times. So,
Well, I don't think so, counsel, because if the conviction went in on February 19th, that was a year before COVID.
but I know he was in jail for how long?
6 months?
6 months, and then he was supposed to be on probation for a significant amount of time. I think it was, if I recall correctly, it was about 2 years.
Okay.
And during, when COVID hit, I don't think he actually completed what was ordered at that time. They just released him because how that went back then. I'm not saying he's necessarily a good candidate for probation, but I think that because he hasn't had those treatment, that supervision, that treatment, perhaps he is. I had an extensive talk with Ms. Shaw about that, about Mr. Swift on Friday. And she didn't feel he was a good candidate for probation, but then when I realized he hadn't completed the actual probation, perhaps that puts a different light on it. And I'm not sure if Ms. Shaw is really aware of that.
Well, here's the concern that the court has, right? Is that Mr. Swift has a significant issue, it appears, with consumption of alcohol and behaviors that occur with that consumption. And what's even more troubling is that you don't even remember any of this incident. But for the video camera that had it all on video, you wouldn't know what happened. And that's concerning, especially because you've relayed to your attorney who's advocating that you take care of your mom. And if you perform behaviors like this that you don't recall because of your consumption of alcohol, how are you able to take care of your mom? And what's going on that you don't recall? So you need some help, sir. and this court's going to give it to you. The court's going to order 90 days jail. You're to be tethered to treatment through the Wayne County Jail. So what that means is you're gonna report to jail, and within a couple of days, they're gonna send you over to an inpatient treatment facility. And that's where you're gonna get your treatment.
Your Honor, could we have a couple days to report because of the hand issue with this doctor's going to?
I'll give them until Wednesday.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But you already have an alcohol tether on between now and Wednesday. So do you have the funds to pay for an alcohol tether, sir?
I can come up with it, yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, a client obviously has very limited financial needs. I'm doing this pro bono.
I can understand that, but counsel, I have some serious concerns about your client's ability to stay sober, especially given what today is. So, if you want me to give him until Wednesday so that he can go to his doctor appointment tomorrow, we can do that. But it's gonna be an alcohol tether. If you can't do the alcohol tether, then you're reporting today. So it's about $190 that you'll need for your tether.
I'll take care of it.
So,
He would ask for the tether, Your Honor.
okay. One sip of consumption, sir, one sip of alcohol, you will be in custody today.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, where does he report for the alcohol tether?
He is going to report over to probation. I'm going to, you have to go here, from here, right there. It's in Hazel Park. Okay, do you drive? Do you drive or your mom?
My mother drives.
Well, that's right, you don't have a license, a valid license, do you?
No, ma'am.
And right now, I'm going to hold your fines and costs in abeyance, sir. Because I'm not going to have your mom have any more financial responsibility for you at this point. So those are being held in abeyance at this right now. So stop over at probation and somebody will be with you shortly.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Have a good day, Judge.
Okay, thank you. You as well.